Oh, hello, Alice. Yes, it looks like I'm at the tea party alone this time. Well, let's go down this rabbit hole. Today with me, I have the Hollow Roots. Say hello, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. So, the Hollow Roots, you're from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sir. Yes, sir.
How long have you guys been a band?
So I guess, well, how long has it been with this current lineup? So when we first started, we were all in college together, and we had like a slightly different version of the band with like a different drummer, and we had a female vocalist that was with us too. And then after we graduated, we all got back together, and it was four of us: me, Colton, Billy, and Tyler. But it's been about, how long has it been now? I guess about like 8 years. Yeah, about 8 years.
8 years. That's a good long time to be together as a band. So how did you guys come up with the name, the Hollow Roots?
Well, we originally were called the Hollows, and there was another band from New York City. They were like a folk band that had the exact same name, and it got to the point where we would try and book shows, and like we would get confused with each other, or like they would book the other band and we would show up and they'd be like, oh shit, we didn't know it was you guys. And so they eventually messaged us like on Instagram and we're like, you guys got to change your name. We were here first. And yeah, we just had like a brainstorming session and I guess
Stuck to our roots.
Yeah, we figured roots was the way to go. Good word to add to it. Didn't sound, too lame.
No, that's actually a really good way of coming about a new name, is being forced to change yours. There was when I was first getting started, there was some guy who was trying to basically do what I do, but he wasn't anywhere near as good. So I chased him off, and now the forest is safe. So now back to you guys. So for our friends watching, the Hollow Roots just got back from New Mexico. So tell us a little bit about your New Mexico trip. I saw that you guys were in a very interesting type of motor vehicle to get there.
Yeah.
We spent like most of 2019 just like saving up because we used to travel around in like a little minivan, and then like we just drove that to the ground, and so we needed to find something else. And we like saved up and we found that bus actually in Murfreesboro. Lance's friend hooked us up and we found that. And then, we had it ready to go for 2020. And we had all this touring scheduled for 2020. And then COVID happened and we weren't able to do that. So we just been waiting to be able to use the bus again. And we're finally able to do that. So it's a big jump from like just traveling in that little minivan where you couldn't even like sleep. It was just like shitty, 5 people in a little minivan. But now we got the bus. Tyler like built out some bunk beds and like there's all this room in it. We sleep in it and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Game changer.
I saw your sleeping arrangements on your Instagram. It actually looked kind of comfortable when you consider it. I got to imagine though, it had to be pretty hot in there.
Yeah. Very cold.
Yeah. So I got to imagine it also kind of smelled like balls.
Yeah, maybe a little worse than that.
Worse than balls.
You don't
Smells
change
like
your
paint.
socks the whole time.
Oh, the smell?
Yeah. Oh,
Foot smells.
Feet, typically.
Yeah, it's a lot of
culprit of that.
Yeah, a lot of dudes cramped in a small space.
Bunch of dudes.
That's true.
Space. Yeah.
So, what brought you out to New Mexico?
I live out there.
Oh, you live out there?
Yeah, I moved out of Nashville a couple years ago. Met these boys working, and then staying out there. Don't like Nashville. It's beautiful. Live 8 miles down the terrible road. Have the whole place to myself. Just living in a fairy tale.
And they were just like throwing a festival there. Like, it's called the Crawdaddy Blues Festival. And
Mine Shaft. Shout out to Mine Shaft.
Yeah, and it's Magic, New Mexico, and they just invited us out to play. So we made our way out there and then played a couple shows in Arizona too.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So, on your way to New Mexico, did you guys like stop anywhere cool or see any roadside attractions that?
Every liquor store between here and there, dude.
Oh, that's great. So you guys have a show at the Exit Inn on the 16th of June. So that's coming up real quick. And when this video goes live, you guys should either have a couple of days before it, or it will be like that night. So tell us a little more about this your show at the Exit Inn.
Yeah, it's hosted by Red Roots Entertainment, and they built that outdoor stage out there to help like make the Exit Inn, make a little comeback here. And so far, what we've seen, the shows have been great. Like a lot of people have been coming out to them, and so we're just honored that we were asked to headline one of them. It was a big surprise to us. And so we're just trying our hardest to get as many people out there, sell as many tickets as we can, and help out the Exit Inn. And then also, I mean, we haven't played a show in Nashville in over a year. So, I mean, we've been working hard this whole quarantine to play new, write new music and stuff. So we're excited just to like show everyone what we've been working on.
Right on. So speaking of new music, you have a song coming out that you are available to pre-save right now called Modern Medicine. Can you tell me a little bit about what that song is about, or what it means to you guys as a band with that song?
Yeah, I kind of wrote it about just, I guess my idea was like, modern medicine being more of a term for, drugs and doing, taking things to like, maybe how as a society we've like reached for other things to try and make ourselves feel better. And so it's kind of just about, using those kind of things to get yourself wherever you need to go. And I don't know if I'm like condemning it, but it's definitely like, maybe like a critical look at that.
I actually think that's a good way to look at it, because you know what they say about everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's look here. You guys also did a music video called Blame. You want to tell me a little bit about Blame, and why not also the song?
Yeah, just like what the song's about, or what specifically?
I guess let's talk about the music video and how you guys made it.
Yeah. So Billy put together the footage for that, but it's a lot of footage of us being on the road and stuff we just took while we were out and touring.
Say it's a recap video. The past few years, basically summed up into one video.
Yeah.
I think like maybe at the end of 2019, I just like got a little handheld camera, and I mean we're always out doing band stuff, so I just like have that just so I don't know film. I just like documenting what goes on and stuff, and I just had a bunch of footage from that, and I just decided to throw it all together. It was like probably like over 2 years that all that was filmed, and we just mashed it all up together and put it to the song. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have been together for 8 years. That's quite a long time. Like, I haven't even been available to technology for that long. So, during those 8 years, I'm sure you have some accomplishments that as a band you guys have worked towards, or maybe you've that have just fallen in your lap. What have been some of your favorite moments as being a band?
It's hard to say just one particular moment, but I would say all of my favorite moments have been when we have been on tour and discovered a new place that we knew nothing about. Like on this last tour, we went to Bixby, Arizona, and I didn't know anything about that town, but it's really cool. It's just kind of in the mountains, but there's a bunch of really cool shops and a bunch of cool people there. I'll say just making little discoveries like that along the way.
Touring.
Just
my favorite part,
touring in general.
Yeah.
meeting all the people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Gives you purpose in traveling, and that's the best thing in the world.
yeah, so when I had a band, the biggest place that we got to play was the Exit-In. For you guys, what has been like the most monumental moment where it's like, guys, we're gonna play this place? What place was that? And who did you play with?
Just having our own show at the Exit-In, I think is a really big deal. Like, every time we've had our own show, it's been like at the end or the spring water or something like that. So I think just like being given the opportunity to play on a stage that big and be responsible for, like bringing out everyone, I think is a really big deal for us. And I think it's taken a long time to get to the point where we believe in ourselves, where we can do that. Then, like 2 years ago, we got to open for Blackfoot Gypsies, who are like, who are now DOG. But we've been watching them for years, and like just to be able to play with them on the same stage as them at their show, like that was a pretty big deal for us.
Definitely.
That's pretty big. I saw the Blackfoot Gypsies a while back. I didn't know that they changed their name to DOG. I've been following DOG on Instagram. I didn't know they changed their name.
Just recently, yeah. But yeah, we've been watching them and going to their shows for years. And so it was really cool to finally get to play with them.
That's cool. So have you, like, you'll have to excuse me. This is the first time I've given an interview to a band in like 2 years, I think. So I'm still trying to get my footing. Also,
no worries.
Also, I just got a message from the spirits that Alex is actually with us. So he should be in here pretty shortly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he could take the interview from me and, into the rhetoric rabbit hole direction. So you guys, now I personally like a lot of local places. I feel like food specifically from local restaurants is almost better. They use better ingredients. And, it justifies the price for the most part. Are there places that you will go out of your way for to eat?
Man, I've had some pretty good burgers on the road.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me all about that. I really I have a thing for bun.
Wait, sorry, were you asking like local food or like on the road?
Oh, just whatever. What's your favorite thing to eat? Oh, like mine is bun.
And well, we what was the burger place we went to in California, like Fat's Burger or Fat Burger? Yeah, there was a place called Fat Burger that was awesome when we were in California. But where else?
That was
My favorite
Detroit.
place was in Detroit.
Yeah,
It was called the Royale, and it was based off of Pulp Fiction, like the Royale with cheese.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That was badass.
All about burgers.
Yeah. Also, in Chicago, we got to go eat at Illuminati's, like the deep dish pizza they have there. That was definitely memorable meal.
That's cool. Man, I love eating at like themed restaurants and stuff. It's kind of hard because I have to wear like a head mask over my head. Because, being a forest troll, it's kind of difficult to do anything in public. So, like, I like bun. I like burgers a lot.
Yeah.
So, I really like your answers. So what was it like growing up for each of you when it came to music? How did you really get into music? What was that deciding factor that was like, wow, I actually can do this?
For me, I grew up, I did a music program growing up called School of Rock, where they would just get kids together. We'd all come together and you get like a teacher you take lessons from, and then they'd have all the kids get together to do like a themed show based on like different bands. So we do like a Beatles show or like Led Zeppelin. And through that, I was able to like play and actually like tour around a good bit. So that got me, you know, that helped me realize like, oh, I love doing this. This is kind of like what I want to pursue.
And what about you?
I'm not really. There weren't very many musical people around me when I grew up, so I just like listened to whatever like my older brother and sister listened to, and I mean that's why I moved out to like Tennessee, was just like to be closer to somewhere where there is music and everyone's about music, and that goes for all of us. I mean, none of us are really from like musical places. We're all from not Nashville. And so like since being in Nashville, I mean like I've just been exposed to so much music, and I've really grown that way, you know.
So you just
when I was 14, I was like, yeah, I think I want to do that. Something about the star power on stage is really fucking cool. I was like, yeah, I think I want to do that. Yeah.
I liked the star powering Guitar Hero. How you do the guitar.
Go up with it.
Yeah,
Go up.
Exactly.
That's how I wanted to do it. That's how I do it. Like Caretaker was like, hey, try this game. And I was like, okay. So I tried it. I liked it. And then I was like, I need to play an instrument for real. So then I picked up a bass. And now I play bass and keyboard, just about everything. But, you know, I want to, you in the buck. How did you get started playing musics?
Well, I didn't start playing music until I moved to college. But growing up, I always loved music, and listening to it, it was kind of my escape. Like if I ever had problems or I was sad or I wanted to be happy, music was the number one thing to do that for me. And since I love music so much, it was kind of a last second decision to actually play music. And I'm glad that I did make that decision.
Well, I'm glad you guys did too, because I listened to your past album recently, and I really enjoyed it. By the way, it's got that rock sound. You know, when I thought of the Hollow Roots, immediately I thought these guys play rock, and I was right. And it's very good rock. And, anyone that's listening this, you need to go check them out. There's they are on Instagram, they are on Facebook, and they're on Spotify, and just about everywhere you can stream music, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you guys want to say?
This is crazy.
I just really want to, you know, tell people to come out to see us at the Exit Inn. I mean, it's gonna be an awesome show, and it's also gonna be my birthday. So yeah, just come celebrate with us.
Right
It'll be
on.
amazing. Yeah, but it's gonna be an awesome show. And if anyone's familiar, our good friends of ours, the Dirty Delusions, are also going to be playing with us at the Exit Inn, and they're an amazing band. They just played last night at the Spring Water and killed it. So yeah, if you love them too, you should come out, because they're going to be killing it.
Yeah, I tried booking the Dirty Delusions last year, but COVID happened, so I had to shut everything down. So yeah, friends watching, go check out the Hollow Roots, go check out the Dirty Delusions. And you know, there's all these places that you could find them. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's YouTube. That's right, YouTube. They have a I just actually subscribed to your YouTube today. And I gave your most recent video a like, and
Thank you.
before you. And I also watched your other video where you guys went to buy a generator.
Yeah.
Generator.
So how did that generator do on the trip?
We didn't use it.
We brought it along, but we didn't end up using it. We were just too busy to use it. But yeah, we bought that during quarantine when there was no gigs to play. We were like, well, we need to play somehow. And so
we make our own gig.
Made our own gigs. It was fun. We loved making those videos. We'll probably make more.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yo, you guys really should. They're great. I've actually really been enjoying seeing them come down my feed on Instagram.
Yeah, we definitely want to move around and keep going.
Yo.
Yeah, and Billy puts together. He does like little episodes, like episodic posts about like just us doing stuff and like or
just random like,
It's like hanging out with us.
just behind the scenes shit. I mean, it's just like YouTube, and I don't know. I enjoy it. I just like capturing everything that we do, and it's great to just like watch back and like just reflect on everything that happened, and like I just put them up on YouTube for whoever wants to watch them. Yeah, I hope people like them. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just
I like them. Just know that I like them. So it looks like there's someone else coming down the rabbit hole, so we're gonna let him in.
Thank you, Scufflemoss.
Here, just wait a moment, because he's coming.
Okay.
He's coming slowly but surely. So while we're waiting for Alex to drop in, you guys know that I have a root, right? A root. You guys may be the hollow roots, but I have a root.
Of course. When you're a
Yo.
tree.
Yo.
fan.
Hey, Alex.
Oh, shoot, that's cool. I see it now.
Yo. Oh, hello, Alex.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just went through talking to the Hollow Roots here, and we talked about their show at the Exit Inn on June 16th, and also they have a song coming out in a couple of days called Modern Medicine. They also have a music video that is a compilation of their travels called Blame. So we should definitely be checking that kind of stuff out. So Alex,
yeah.
do you have any questions for the Hollow Roots? I'm gonna take a back seat here now.
Yeah, late to my own show, so that's cool. Late to the tea party. I'm the white rabbit, always running late. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. I'm sure you.
For having us.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch this back. Yeah, so I guess I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but let's start here. Do you guys have, in any order you guys want to go in, do you guys have any experiences you would consider supernatural?
Like personal stories or band stories?
Like personal things you've experienced. And I used to just say ghost stories. I don't know if that's all encompassing enough though. I feel like that's how I've decided to kind of word it with people is I don't know, whatever that means to you, something you would consider supernatural, I guess.
Yeah, you want to tell them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been working at this bar in New Mexico for like the last 5 years called the Mine Shaft. A lot of people died in the mines underneath it. So as a bartender out there, when you're closing up, there's definitely some bottles that get knocked off the wall. There's shadow figures that you can see like running around you. You know, when you play the wrong kind of music, it gets them worked up, and you know, who knows what's gonna happen. Normally when I'm seating people, I'm like, do you want the haunted seat or the not haunted seat, you know? And they usually go for the haunted one for some reason.
I figured you guys would probably have some good stories just based off of I don't know, maybe that's an assumption, but just based off of the work I've seen you guys do. I was just like, I want to ask them this because okay, I mean that's fucking nuts. Like, okay, so yeah, man, I guess would you consider that ghosts? Like, what do you think that is?
Definitely. That's some,
yeah,
that's some old
Unsettled spirits.
old unsettled spirits. Yeah.
I got a question to ask about that. So this place, the Mine Shaft, it's haunted, which leads me to wonder: has Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures been there?
Probably not. I don't know.
Say what?
Oh,
Zach Higgins, you know, he does like the ghost like
Oh,
hunting
yeah.
stuff?
I think he has been
Has he?
out there, yeah.
What?
Because they did the prison, in the New Mexico State prison, where there was the biggest prison riot in the United States.
Wow.
So they did that prison, and I think they came through. I don't know if they filmed anything, but them cats, they go after that prison all the time.
I thought I had seen a haunted bar in New Mexico a couple
I
times
don't
when
know
I
if
was
I've seen
binging
part
that
that
season.
wasn't haunted in New Mexico.
Yeah, what isn't? So, Alex, take it back now. I don't want it.
Yeah. Anyone else? Crazy supernatural experiences?
Growing up, my house, like my childhood house, was really, really old, and my parents like built it and renovated it. But the basement was like an old surgeon's office, and like when we first moved in, it was like the most terrifying. Like the walls were painted like this really gross, like pea green color, and there's all this just like random shit in the basement. And there was this projector light that I remember would always be like blinking on and off. And I asked my dad, I was just like, as I was a little kid, I was just freaking me out. I was just like, what's going on? He's just like, it's probably just like faulty wiring. We'll check it out. And when we went to like inspect the projector light, there was no wiring or anything attached to it. And then we just kind of never talked about that.
Yeah. Like, what do you even say about that? Yeah.
Just go like, oh, it's something weird.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys?
Light bulb in my lap exploded a few days ago. So, I don't know.
Your what did?
Kind of ghosty over like your spot.
Yeah.
Something falling off the wall. Light bulb exploded.
Happened a few days
Oh,
ago.
wow.
It's like a bag of ice, just like
Yeah, a giant bag of ice went missing. That was weird.
You know,
Okay.
Last week, it was gone.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, things around Caretaker's house, they go missing all the time. Like, we had knives. We used to have knives. We don't have knives anymore. They're all gone.
just going.
They just disappear.
Ghost.
Did you check underneath Marble's cradle?
Oh, I probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that'd be a good idea.
yeah. So, Alex, do you think we're good here? We've just hit 40 minutes on this Zoom call.
Yeah, I guess. Well, let me just ask you guys one last question, and thank you again for your time. Maybe if we do this again, I'll actually be here to host my show. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I guess okay, no one knows the answer to this question, but I'm always curious to see what people have to say about it. What do you guys think happens when we die? And I guess that is a very personal thing, so maybe go around the room with that.
It's a heavy question.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's the right answer. No one knows.
Yeah.
I'm
Nobody
open
knows.
No
for
one
any
knows.
personally.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I hope
I
it's
want to be
something.
like an eagle or something.
Because nothing sounds
Good.
scary.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Think of your asshole and come back like a monster.
Not an anal.
Yeah, no one knows. I just think it's something probably everyone's thought about. Yeah.
At one time or another, I just want to be planted in the ground and become a tree.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know how they have those body pods? That they actually have these. You can pay to have your corpse put into a pod that's then dug into a hole in the ground, sticks it in there, and in a few years, a tree will grow and use your corpse as fertilizer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I get. Well, that is what happens when we die. Then, if that's the way you die, and you, yeah. I mean, that's a way of thinking about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we turn into dirt and dust. That's what happens.
Yeah. What do you think happens?
We know that much.
What do you- yeah.
I think, and this is through my own heavy psychedelic experiences,
Yeah.
I've come to the conclusion that I think we're all the same entity, and we kind of split our consciousness into different people in
Mhm.
order to kind of communicate with ourself and understand ourself, and then we eventually all go back to being what we would call God, but it's actually just all of us collective.
Wow.
That makes sense.
That's sweet.
I like that.
Dig it.
Oh,
It definitely sounds born of like a psychedelic experience.
Is there a name for that?
Yeah, I had a say what?
Is there a name for that ideology?
I don't know. It kind of sounds like Nirvana, right? Like it kind of sounds like the kind of the Buddhist mentality where like kind of a oneness.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. I had a really profound DMT trip where this thing kind of, it didn't tell me this. It kind of like telepathically informed me of this. It wasn't like a conversation or a debate. It was like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So I mean, that's just me though. Who fucking knows? There's also the argument that I was just tripping balls. So
Yeah. What is it that told you that?
That's awesome.
so
was the
that was
being
kind
that
of
told you
just that I've had more specific entities that I've encountered. Like in a different instance, I met it was like this old Chinese lady. But in this
Yeah.
particular instance that we're talking about, it was sort of a vague, faceless kind of I would say humanoid, but very silhouette kind of hard to read. Masculine though, like male, I
Yeah.
would say,
Interesting.
if I had to guess.
kind of like an angel or something.
Yeah, maybe. But again, like no one knows. It's just I think it's something I think about a lot, and I've heard a bunch of different answers from different people. So
Yeah, it's crazy you asked that. No joke. I was literally just for whatever reason couldn't sleep last night, just like thinking about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Scufflemoss, thank you for running this thing and talking to Alice and doing all this and instigating all of this. And I'm definitely looking forward to watching this back, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys have coming up. I saw you guys have a show coming up. What's the date on that again?
June 16th.
June 16th at, where is it at?
East?
Exit In. Okay, yeah. All right, June 16th, Exit In, Hollow Roots. I'll fucking be there. Me and Alice will get things moving for you. try to move things along. How was your tour? How'd that go? I guess you guys probably already talked about that, but
The being on the road?
yeah,
They were great to us, man.
It's great.
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We got to spend some time in Arizona, which we really ain't got to do that before. Everybody was really nice.
Yeah.
Tons of cool
That's what's
people.
up. I'm glad to see like you guys and other musicians like doing things, like gearing up, like really out there kicking ass. So it's inspirational, and I'm definitely looking forward. I'll see you guys June 16th. We'll talk more then.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you there, man. Thanks so much.
Yep. And Alice, have a good night. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Dog boy, stay weird.
Yeah, boss.
Scufflemoss.